Hello and welcome back to I Create For You. We're going to do another Yellowstone ghost story. I just realized I didn't save the page. I shall find it. Maybe I'll find it. Yeah, I found it. There we go. River Styx. G.L. Henderson, dubbed the Godfather of Yellowstone, was one of the park's original promoters. He was an early day park warden, transportation operator, guide, hotelier, and storekeeper. He is given credit for naming many park features. We're not sure if all of the names originate with him or if he passed on some common names already in use. His strong interest in mythology and his use of mythological names leads us to believe he probably named many features because they still hold those names today. Henderson took many tourists into Upper Hot Spring Terraces of Mammoth. One particularly favorite place was the River Styx and the Devil's Kitchen. Although accessible by the public, few know where it is. If you know anything about Greek mythology, you know there is a good reason to be leery of the River Styx. Yellowstone's River Styx is a hot water creek that originates in the Upper Mammoth Hot Spring Terraces and disappears underground. In Greek mythology, the River Styx is believed to be the principal and most famous river of Hades. It winds around the underworld 9 times, forming the border of Hades and separating the world of the living from the world of the dead. The word Styx comes from the Greek word Stygian, which means hate. Therefore, the river could be appropriately called the River of Hate. This is somewhat intriguing because there are also caves called Stygian located near Yellowstone Stream. These caves have had a long history of emitting poisonous gases that are deadly to birds, insects, and some small animals. The mythical belief is that the River Styx can only be crossed by the dead. Upon one's death, the spirit departs its mortal body and begins its first journey to the underworld. The dead souls congregate near or on the river's shore. Each wicked soul seeks his or her passage from Charon, the old ferryman who transports them across the river and takes them to Hades. Only these souls who can afford Charon's fees are ferried across. For this reason, the dead must always be buried with a coin, called an obol, in their mouths. Those who cannot pay are doomed to haunt the riverbanks through eternity. In the early years of Yellowstone National Park, the River Styx and the Stygian Caves, along with what was called the Devil's Kitchen, were often frequented by tourists. They were part of the Henderson's Mammoth Hot Spring Tour and cited in his 1885 and 1888 guidebooks called Yellowstone Park Manual and Guide. He even built a ladder which took countless tourists down into Devil's Kitchen Cave for more than 5 decades until 1939. After it was discovered that the gases of the kitchen, along with the Stygian caves, were actually lethal, that part of the tour was closed. Even today, small animals and birds sometimes die from carbon monoxide that accumulates in low areas. So as sure as the mysterious old River Styx still flows underneath the earth in the upper terrace, Charon, the old ferryman, still picks up those dead souls willing to pay and carries them to their endless inferno. Whew, that was it. Interesting story. Short, but interesting. I wonder how many people got sick on that tour, going down into the caves, and what actually happened that they realized that it was lethal. What cause them to check it out. I wonder if it actually gave off a really bad odor. I'm trying to draw the ferryman on the river. I'm not sure what kind of boats they had, but I'm trying to go along the line of the Greek mythology type stuff that they're talking about. And I'm just going to try to come up with some kind of boat. Not the best looking boat, but hey. Yeah, maybe I'll change it up a bit in the back end here. I'm sorry if I'm going to make you guys seasick, because I don't think my phone's going to stay still. I have a different way I want to draw this. I'm going to draw it long ways this way. Okay, now make seats here, seats here. Can you guys even see what I'm, yeah, okay, I had to make sure I wasn't sure if I was over too far. All right, so this is the river. Okay, so I'm just going to draw Mr. Karen. I think I pronounced his name wrong in the beginning, and then they showed me later on that it was pronounced C, as if the H was silent. It was Caron. So I'm going to draw him just scarily like, spooky like. He's got his old little thing here to help him maybe get across or get them unstuck. They get stuck in the river area if it gets too shallow at some part. So he's going to be, he's like almost like the keeper of souls, like they say. I've never heard of that legend of being escorted to the other side of the river or to the underworld or wherever. So that's him on his river. And maybe I'll draw a soul passenger. Gotta make them spooky looking because you can't really tell what they look like. So we'll get that spooky vibe going. Spooky vibes. Get those spooky vibes. And while we're at it, an old tree. Oh man, my drawing skills are starting to suck here. Just a spooky tree. Just a spooky tree. I'm the opposite of the Bob Ross with his happy little paintings. Mine are spooky little scenes. We'll have a happy little ghost over here. Dark angel over there. creepiness everywhere, here, there, everywhere. Creepy, creepy, creepy. Can you tell that Halloween's my favorite season? Yeah. So, I'm making this all spooky and messy and everything else here. I don't remember reading it, but I'm wondering if like there was a certain time of day or night, or they just went at night and got supposedly crossed over to the underworld. That's a crazy story, isn't it? It's based on an actual person, but leads into the Greek mythology like that, because he was into that kind of thing. So there is Karen taking a lost soul. Hopefully, he or she has a coin to pay to cross over to the underworld. There you go. Yep. Well, thank you once again for coming along with and listening to a ghost story and letting me sloppily sketch my interpretation of the story. And I hope that you guys will come back for the next one. I might be doing Presidents on Monday. I hope you all have a great weekend. And thank you for stopping by. And I hope to see you guys all in the next one. Don't forget to smash that like button. Comment if you have any comments about this story, what your thoughts are on it. I'm willing to hear it. I try to get it to every comment and answer them. And once again, thank you, and bye-bye for now.